Today I'm gonna show you invitation cards that I made for my boyfriend's father who is having a birthday. It looks like this when it's ready, and because it has some email addresses here and phone numbers, I put some paper there so you can see that. And this is the two-part invitation. Some people are only gonna get this, and then some people are invited for a concert as well, so they get this nice little attachment here. And it was really easy to make. I mostly did it on computer. This text I wrote on computer with a font that was a little bit rock and roll. And as you can see, this microphone here, it shines. I wanted some kind of handmade elements, so I made this microphone shine. And I also ripped and burned these sides. And I made an eyelet there and some, is it called twine? So this was the card this is the extra card, and if you flip it around, you can see a CD or a vinyl, and it says Popeda and Jari 50. Popeda is the band that some people are going to go and see, and Jari is the name of the band who's having the party. And then I handmade also this little, not handmade, I made it on Photoshop, Popeda, and all kinds of information here. May 10th, 2014, that's the date. And Valke Acoustics the place, and it's just supposed to look like a ticket, a rock concert ticket. So that's the background of that. And then we have this one, it says Jari 50, and here you have some rhinestones, and this star is sort of like it has also glitter, not glitter, shiny on it, and what is it called now, gloss on it, so it's glossy. And same with the boots are shiny as well, so they have some kind of handmade element. And there's rhinestones again, and then the sides again was ripped and then burned, and then I glued it on here with double-sided tape. So this is what it looks like, and again eyelet up there. Oh there, how do I get it? Like that, yeah. So it was really easy to make. It took a lot of time because I had to make kind of many of these, 40 of these and 16 of these. So it took a lot of time, but I think it was pretty nice. And if you're gonna handwrite everything, it's gonna take ages. So I really recommend using a computer and Photoshop. And I started out with a really big black card, and I cut it out in A5 pieces. A5, is this A5? I think this is A5, yeah, A5 pieces for the normal card and A6 for the other card. And then I used, on the printer or computer, I used this kind of beige color. I thought it would be boring with only white. So I made some beige color, and I printed out the greeting here. I made on Photoshop. Photoshop this everything and just printed it out, and then I freehandedly ripped it. You rip it like this. It's a lot easier to burn it if you rip it first. If you're gonna burn this, it's gonna be hard. It's a lot easier to burn if you rip it first. So I ripped it, and then I delicately burned it, and then I glossed these shoes and also boots actually. I glossed the boots and the star with Tripletik. And I have to warn you, if you are going to use Tripletik by Americana, I would like to use Tripletik by DecoArt, but nowadays you can't get them, if I understood correctly. These are one and the same, weirdly enough. It smells terribly, and I sat indoors, and 2 hours it took me to glaze all these boots and the stars, and also the microphone and the CD, and I got a terrible headache. So if you use Tripletik, use it outdoors or on a balcony or maybe near an open window. Don't use it indoors where there's no ventilation. You need some air. Otherwise, it's pretty similar to Glossy Accent. I only use this, I prefer Glossy Accent, but I only use this because this is so much. This is a big jar. Glossy Accent is small and it's more expensive, but they do the same thing. When it's done and dry, they look exactly the same, in my opinion. I think Glossy Accent is a little bit thicker. Although this is Tripletik, I think Glossy Accent is a little bit better. But for this it worked great. So I used this and it went quite a lot, although I used it only on small elements. So Tripletic is okay, it's cheap, but it smells terribly. You don't really notice it at first, but if you use it for many hours, then you will get a headache. So I glossed all those elements. Here on the back side you can see the CD as well. And then I let it dry overnight, 24 hours. And the same thing here, I printed out the white and I ripped it and I burned it. You can actually see a little bit dark here burned, and that's okay. Then I glued them on double-sided paper. Actually, these CDs I printed out on watercolor paper, and then I just went around in swirls. I made it pretty thin with the Tripletic so you can see the lines there. It's supposed to be more like a CD or vinyl effect, as you can see the lines here. They are really ragged, so you can, not ragged, but you can see the lines here. So I really, with a hard, what is it called? Hard brush, I went really thin so you can see all those lines. And then those Popeda tickets, also made them with Photoshop. This is what they look like. I cut them out individually and glued them on with double-sided tape. And the rhinestone, nothing fancy there, just some crystals, black crystals, 3 millimeters wide, and I put 4 on each, so 2 down and 2 up. And then just a golden eyelet, and what is it now? This little piece of twine. And the twine, I don't really know how they want it, so I'm just gonna make it like this and go through here. I'm making a loop, not really a knot, it's more like a loop. You go through there once, and again through this other hole. It's a little bit tricky because the twine is kinda thick, like that. Now you have the loop there, and then you just go through like so, and then just a little bit make it faster. And that's all I made with the twine and the eyelets. So some people are gonna get this one with the invitation for a concert, and other people are just gonna get this one. And I covered it up because there are emails and phone numbers. So that's pretty much how I made this card. It was really easy, but I think it's kind of nice. It's for a man, so it's kind of manly, and I didn't know what to make on the back side, so that's why it's just boring black, but you could surely come up with some idea. I had a little bit of stressful time. It was short notice, so I didn't really think of anything on the back side, and that would actually have made it longer to make the cards. So it was just really easy, fast, but in my opinion still kind of manly and nice. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you for watching, and have a great day, everybody. See ya. Bye bye. Thank you.